Hebrew Israelites to come out here week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of America. Let the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know that you are the true children of Israel according to the Bible. Let the so-called white man know that he is Esau according to the Bible, and that America is Babylon and it will be destroyed in the third world war, which is a nuclear war. Okay, with that being said, we give all praise unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Give honor to our elders and our apostles of GMS. Salute and honor to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, and all the women and children who follow. So like I said, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are not Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are in fact the children of Israel, according to the Bible, according to the scriptures. Okay? So, go ahead and get that verse right there.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 15. It says, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee."
That's right, because the Lord gave his children a set of laws, a set of standards to keep, okay? To keep it. Matter of fact, get Deuteronomy 76 for me real quick. He gave us a standard to keep. All right, he gave us laws to keep, laws to follow, to keep us righteous, keep us separated from all the nations. All right, we are his chosen people. And we are to do what he tells us to do and follow his ways. Yeah.
Deuteronomy 7 and 6. "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power."
That's right, we're a holy people to the Lord thy power. We are his chosen, okay? Yashala, Prince of the power, okay? Princes of God.
"The Most High, thy power, hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all the people that are upon the face of the earth."
That's a separation right there, man. Really, it's racism right there. All right? He put the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans above everyone else on the face of the earth. But unfortunately, our people want to be like everybody else. They want to partake in all the events like everybody else, all the holidays and all the other events like everyone else. But that's not what we're here for, man. We're here to serve the Most High.
So Deuteronomy,
Read the point, then you said 16.
I'll read it. It's Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. It says, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee."
That's right. So if we don't follow his law, statutes, and commandments, this is what was prophesied was going to happen to us. That all these, and it goes into it, and you can read it for yourself. Everything that affects the Negro, Latino, and Native American community. Everything from the violence that it affects our community, everything from the illness, okay, that we would have to be subject to the other powers.
How you doing?
What's up, what's up?
All right.
All right, the other nations would rule in our neighborhoods. All right, the fact that you can't go down the street without seeing an Arab liquor store or a Chinese restaurant or a white-owned store. All of our money goes out of our community. That's why all the other nations are rich off of us. And all the other nations, they keep their money within their communities. That's why they get built up and we stay on the bottom.
Bro, she might get saved at the last year, bro. Every spot we at, she ends up popping up. I was just saying, I don't know.
Random see her at the mall or something, you know?
Yeah. When we was downtown, we seen her downtown. I believe we was by the library, we seen her too. Like 4 spots, 4 out of the 6. 5 or 6.
Keep her in our face for a reason.
No? We'll find out. No? We just speak as men.
The Lord's will.
Exactly.
It's Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships."
Now when it said Egypt with ships, ships, it's talking about bondage. You get that from so read one more time.
It says Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Now, if you know geography, then you'll know that Africa and Israel are technically, they're connected. You wouldn't need ships to take anyone into slavery. You can walk them. All right, so when it's talking about Egypt, it's not talking about the actual country Egypt. It's talking about a spiritual Egypt. Okay, this is America, and who was brought to America? Bondage.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of bondage. So when it's saying Egypt, that's what it's talking about, spiritually. Can you get that in Revelation? Here's the side of Egypt.
This is the book of Revelation. It's the book of Revelation 11 and verse 8. It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
That's right. That's another proof that's showing that when it's talking about Egypt and Sodom, it's talking about America. Okay? And it says also where the Lord was crucified. Where was the Lord crucified?
I'll be back down here, baby.
Here in America. This is the only place, this is where they brought this at, man. This is not the true image of the one who the world calls Jesus Christ, whose real name in the Hebrew is YAHAWASHI. Okay? This is Xing them out. That's not the true, that's not the true name, that's not the true image, that's not the true visual that the Bible gives. Alright? That's what the so-called white man brought over here to enforce on the Native Americans and later the slaves that they brought over here from West Africa, and what we're talking about right now, Deuteronomy 28.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean that the word Egypt means house of bondage either. It goes back to the word war, I believe, and it means siege. You know what I'm saying? So hey, and like a siege or something is when you locked in, basically. You pretty much quarantine. You can't just leave if you want to leave type deal, you know. But Exodus 20 and 2 is a perfect precept as far as edification when you go into that, you know.
Back in Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there you
That's right, it said thou shalt see it no more again. What won't we see again? Our homeland, which is the land of Israel. Okay? How many of us have been over there? Very few. Why? Because we're in this condition because we didn't keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Can somebody hold we didn't follow the ways that we were supposed to. We were not serving our powers. So the Lord put us in this condition.
it says, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Who was sold in America? Who was sold in America? We were sold in America. It's not that hard to put together. Who was brought here on slave ships and sold? We were the first stocks. We were the first commodities on Wall Street. Who was brought from the Americas and sold in Europe? The natives, the Taínos. They didn't make it. That's why they went and got the so-called the Southern Kingdom, because they were voting a little bit more for it. Okay, 100 million. That's how many people died coming over here. That's how many live coming over here. That's how many died coming over here. That's a third of the population of the country right now dead just coming over here. The sharks still migrate those same waters. The so-called white man has a lot to pay for it, man.
Baruch chapter 4 verse 5. Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath.
That's right. We were not sold to the so-called white man to destroy us, to break us down to nothing. Okay? Because we moved the Most High to wrath, and what?
Because you moved the Most High to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemies. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High.
That's right, because we went away from our laws, statutes, and commandments. We started serving other gods. Okay, we weren't being Israelites. We wanted to be just like the other nations. We wanted to be Greeks and Romans. Okay, and wherever else that we were scattered, because the Israelites were scattered to the four corners. So we started taking on those customs, we started serving those gods, and the Most High turned his back on us for a period. But now this is an opportunity to come back to our nation, to come back to our heritage, to learn exactly who you are.
Just based off what you're saying. It's 2 Peter chapter 3, in verse 9, it says, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, and some men count slackness, but is long-suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
That's right, man. The Most High is not, he doesn't want to put an end to us. He would that all of us came back to his grace. Came back to do this thing, but it's not going to happen. All right, the Lord has a certain people, he has an elect that he chose. A certain number of men, it says, that have not bowed the knee to the image of our altar. Go ahead. That's why it's so important to know who you are in the spirit.
It's the book of Romans chapter 11 and verse 3. It says, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and digged down thine altars, and I am left alone. They seek my life. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of the altar.
That's right. Those are the men who try and cry for the abominations that are done therein. Right? The men who are fighting for salvation. The men who recognize what's going on in this wicked place, America, Babylon, right, and are conforming to her ways. Those are the ones who are exposing her for being the POS kingdom that it is, so to speak, man. The rape, robbery, and murder that's going on in this place, and it continues to go on in the world. The unjust balances.
It says, even so then, at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. And if by grace, then is it no more works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace, but if it be of works, then it is no more. Then it is no more grace, otherwise work is no more work.
That's right, you need both. It goes hand in hand. Because we're not, although we do tell you to keep the law, we're not justified by the law. We're not going to be saved by the law. All right, you are saved by grace, but you got to have works to go with it. What are those works? The works start at recognizing who you are. that you are an Israelite. That's where it starts. And you build from there. Okay? And you get diligent in this thing. Teach other men who they are. Or you play your part, whatever your role is. Everybody's not a teacher. But everybody who is meant to be will come back to this thing and play a part, play their role.
What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blind.
That's right. Everybody's not going to come back to this. But the men who are supposed to will come back to this. That's why we're out here. This is our duty to preach the gospel, to preach the word to our people.
So the book of Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3, it says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people who have not considered.
That's right, our people don't consider. Okay, in their minds, they're Negroes. Okay, in their minds, they're Hispanic or Native American. They don't consider the tribe of Judah. They don't consider the tribe of Issachar or the tribe of Reuben, the tribe of Gad. And really, half the time they don't care. They have better things to do, so to speak. You get
Ecclesiastes 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High.
Yep, so what is your mind? That's your spirit. The spirit and your mind is the same thing. So we're supposed to give our mind to the law of the Most High. What is the laws? The laws are mainly written where? In the Old Testament. Alright, and basically in the New Testament, it doesn't have to sit there and reiterate all the laws in the Old Testament. So when people say, you know, the New Testament is this and that, we got to understand that the New Testament will be enormous if it had to reiterate everything that's in the Old Testament. You know, what's understood don't have to be explained. So basically what I'm saying is, as a brother said, the law is still in effect. All right? Go ahead.
And is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy.
You have to be occupied in what? Prophecy. The scriptures tell you to do what? To cover the gift of prophecy, man. Okay? Can somebody get that by Bahasham? You know? Prophecy is very important. Alright? The prosperity doctrine is not effective because at the end of the day, the reason why it's not effective, you can get prosperity and somebody actually can preach and it happen to you. But if Babylon, which is America, is going to be destroyed, what good is all that prosperity? Okay?